Macbeth, William Shakespeare. Main characters: Macbeth, a brave Scottish general whose ambition is ignited by dark prophecies, transforming him from a loyal noble into a ruthless tyrant. Lady Macbeth, Macbeth's fiercely ambitious wife, who initially drives him toward murder, only to be consumed by unbearable guilt. The three witches, the weird sisters, supernatural beings who plant the seeds of fate and manipulative Macbeth, بعد Hamlet, with ambiguous prophecies. Macduff, a loyal Scottish nobleman who opposes Macbeth's tyranny and ultimately becomes his avenger. King Duncan, of the virtuous and lawful king of Scotland, whose murder triggered the tragedy chaos of the play. Minor characters: Banquo, Macbeth's loyal best friend and fellow general, whose descendants are prophesied to inherit the Scottish throne. Malcolm, King Duncan's oldest son, who flees to England and returns to claim his rightful crown. Fleance, Banquo's son, who escapes Macbeth's assassination attempt. Inciting Incident. The tragedy begins on an absolute and desolate Scottish heath, where Victorian generals Macbeth and Banquo encounter three mysterious witches. The witches greet Macbeth and three chilling titles: Thane of the Climax, Thane of Cawdor, and the future King of Scotland. They also prophesy that Banquo's descendants will rule the kingdom. Shortly after, King Duncan rewards Macbeth's battlefield valor by naming him the actual Thane of Cawdor. This astonishing validation turned the supernatural prophecy into the intoxicating reality inside Macbeth's mind. Spurred by ruthless ambition and encouraged by letters sent to his wife, Macbeth begins to see the crown not as a distant dream, but as a prize within his bloody grasp. Climax. The turning point and the ultimate climax of the play erupts during the banquet scene, following the assassination of Banquo, who Macbeth ordered killed to protect his stolen crown. As Macbeth sits at the royal table, the bloody ghost of Banquo suddenly appears, sitting in the king's chair, visible to Macbeth alone. Overwhelmed by terror and guilt, Macbeth screams at the apparition, exposing his unstable mind and shocking his noble lords. This haunting spectacle marks the exact moment Macbeth loses control of his sanity and his kingdom simultaneously. Fear spreads through Scotland. Suspicion hardens into outright rebellion. As nobles realize the king is a mad tyrant, Macbeth's psychological unraveling mirrors his political collapse, alienating his remaining allies and driving him back to the witches for false reassurance, setting the stage of his catastrophic downfall and the final resolution. With his tyranny reaching the unbearable peak, Macbeth visits the witches one last time. They offer deceptive reassurances. He cannot be harmed by anyone born of a woman, and he will never be defeated until the great Birnan Wood moves due to Dancing on Hell. Emboldened, Macbeth prepares for war, unaware that a massive coalition is forming against him. Meanwhile, profound psychological guilt destroys Lady Macbeth. He wakes in her sleep, frantically trying to wash invisible blood from her hands, and ultimately dies by suicide off stage. Outside the castle, Malcolm's invading army executes a brilliant tactical move. Soldiers cut down branches from Burnan Wood and hold them up as a camouflage as they advance on Dunsinane, literally fulfilling the witch's prophecy as the forest appears to move. Macbeth faces his doom on the battlefield. He encounters Macduff, still boasting that no man born of a woman can kill him. In a dramatic twist, Macduff reveals the fatal truth. He was from his mother's womb, ultimately ripped via a cesarean section. عملية جراحية قيصرية. Meaning he was not naturally born of woman. Realizing he has been tricked by ambiguous prophecies, Macduff refuses to surrender, and the fierce duel that follows, Macduff kills Macbeth and lops off his head, ending the reign of terror. The play concludes with order restored to Scotland. Malcolm is crowned of the rightful king, delivering a closing speech of peace and promising a new dawn of justice and healing for the troubled nation.